Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Frank Garcia, and today, let's talk about my journey. Because recently I started my 5th month on stream on Twitch, and I kind of wanted to go back and talk about the journey I've been through so far, and hopefully start a new series that I can put out at the first week of every month, kind of about where I was that last month, how the growth has been through my ups and my downs. That way you guys can see what it's like to actually be a new Twitch streamer, trying to start from the bottom and getting to the top. And hopefully not only those of you who are trying to start a stream yourselves, but also those of you who have already built a stream or are just curious what it's like for a new streamer with no previous kind of social media background, growing from the ground up and creating his own community. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy the content, leave a like and subscribe, or go check me out at twitch.tv/FranklyGaming. That way you can see the stream I'm talking about and kind of help us with our growth month by month. Let's get started. Hey guys, welcome to the stream, and this is the main layout that I'm kind of using on most streams I'm using, and I figured I could have this on while we go through my Twitch dashboard and go through month by month what my stats have been, what my growth is like, and what I've been doing right and wrong. And as I said, guys, usually I'll be doing this on a 1-month basis on future videos. That way I can really dive deep into what I did, what things I did right, what things I did wrong, and really what our trajectory is looking like. But for the first video, I just wanted to go through the first 4 months on stream. That way I could kind of catch anyone who hasn't been watching up to speed. And then from there, we can start doing month by month. But without further ado, guys, so I actually started streaming in May of this year, and the reason I'm not counting that is because I started streaming at the end of the month and only got affiliate right at the end. So really my first full month and actual month streaming is June. So hey, I'd say we get started there, guys. So as you can see, the first month that I was streaming, I averaged around almost 10 viewers. I got quite a lot of live views, about 2,500. Also 150 new followers, 37 subscriptions, and surprisingly in the first month I was able to make about $150, which I remember when this first happened, I was super surprised. So what I have to say is I think early on my growth was quite good. I got a raid from a streamer with about 40 viewers early on, and surprisingly a lot of his viewers actually have been sticking around with me ever since then. So that was kind of I guess where I think luck can factor into things like this, because I did get a very early boost. But what I have to say as well is even before this, in May, I was just starting to get to around 10 viewers, even without the raid. And a lot of reason for that is because I had been going into a lot of random squad games in Fortnite and just talking to people and asking them to come check out my stream. And I've kind of been doing that ever since. And I think it's one of the secrets to how I was able to grow very quickly in my first month and get to almost 10 viewers average viewers immediately. Just because I was willing to go out in multiplayer games and kind of ask people to go check out my stream, which is something you almost have to do early on when you're so small starting out, because there's no other way to really find people and get them to your content, or at least it's very hard early on. But yeah, that's June. Like I said, guys, I'll just do quick little rundowns for this video, but in future videos I'll go in more depth. So then in July, I actually was able to bring that average up to about 11 viewers. I was able to get around 3,000 live views, almost 200 new followers, 40 new subscriptions essentially, and about $300 in revenue. So July was actually a big growth month for me. So I got a lot of new followers, tons of new subscriptions, and I was actually getting donated a good amount of revenue. As you can see here, while it was concentrated mostly in specific days, as you can see here, July 9th, I got $58. I still got a good spread. So I actually was making a pretty decent income in my second month off Twitch. And I remember being super excited about this a few months back. And I was surprised how quickly I was actually getting a decent amount of cash in just by a monthly basis. So then next month, then after that, we kind of went to the August days. So actually, this is a little off. It's not quite all of August, but this is fine. So basically, And this is essentially August. Through August, I was able to get around 13 average viewers. So my viewership was growing once again, you know, month by month, slowly getting here and there. Which is another thing I kind of want to bring up, because I think a lot of people assume they can just start streaming and they'll just instantly be at 20 average viewers and the next month 40. And while for some people that can work, for most people it's a much more slow, methodical process. So the way I like to look about it is I try to increase that average by 2 every month. But the thing is, as you guys will see, like in these coming up months and stuff, sometimes that just doesn't work, and you have off months or off weeks, and things can go down. But in terms of August, I was able to get around 13 average viewers, about the same amount of live views, about the same amount of followers, quite a few new subscribers, which is also due to a lot of gifted subs. As you can see here, for example, on this day, I was gifted 15 subs and only 1 paid sub. So it's a lot of these things you have to keep in mind, that it can be one specific person gifting lots of subs. It's not always like everyone coming together and giving you new subs. But also here in August, I was also as well able to make around 270 in revenue. So that was actually a lot of extra money as well. Again, about 300 per month once again, which I was really happy with, super surprised at. And yeah, so those first 3 months were pretty nice. And then now we come in on the last month, and that last month is actually September. So this is my 4th month on stream, and here's where you can kind of see how things can get tough on stream as you get going. Because the month before this, I was actually at 13 average viewers, but now, as you can see, it kind of started to dip. And the reason for this was I started to branch out on the games I was playing on stream quite a bit. So while before I was playing almost exclusively Fortnite and very rarely dipping into other games, in September of this year, I finally started to play a lot of different things. Borderlands 3 came out, which meant I was playing that about half the time on stream, and I was trying out new things like Apex Legends, and I was allowing people in my Discord to vote for games I played every Friday. And while that's awesome and it gives a sense of community, it also means if a game that's smaller gets voted for, there's a lot of people that just aren't going to tune in because you're playing something new that they're not used to. But still, I think the growth this month was really awesome. We got almost 4,000 live views, which is a huge improvement over the last few months. And we got almost 250 followers once again with 83 subscriptions. So subscriptions were booming this month, which is also why I was able to make almost $300 once again this month, which was super awesome to see. And I've been able to consistently kind of hit that number, which is nice. But also I think in future videos, you guys will see that number can dip quite a bit, especially if you have people that are giving you lots of money that suddenly get busy and can't come by as much. But the thing is, I think early on, it's not important to focus on really the right side of this screen with subscriptions and revenue, and more so focus on the left side with average viewers, live views, and new followers. But yeah, guys, that's just a simple rundown of kind of my first 4 months on Twitch. I wanted to break down kind of how my growth has been, where I've found followers, and just where I've gotten to. And also, just so you guys know, at this point in my career, I was around like 600, 700 followers on stream. That way I can kind of gauge that going forward, and you guys can see how I grow, what I'm getting to, new milestones. But yeah, guys, hopefully you like seeing like where my growth has gone the first 4 months. And as I said, on future videos, I will definitely be going more in depth on kind of like what I did that month, how I grew, like things that made me not grow as much, specific days that I did things that went well, if I got raids or not, and just things like that. But for the first video, I just wanted to catch you guys up to speed on my first 4 months. That way, going forward on my Twitch journey, we can all follow along month by month and see exactly what I'm doing, and really not only how hard it can be to stream early on in Twitch, but really how rewarding it can be as well. And hopefully this will be a cool thing we can do at the start of every month that you guys can kind of get into and just enjoy seeing like where my growth is going through all the ups and downs. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing my first 4 months on my journey on Twitch. And in the future, like I said, I'll be doing it on a month-by-month basis. That way you guys, through all the ups and downs, even when I'm doing bad and when I'm doing well, can see what it's really like to be a new Twitch streamer and how to grow and what works and what doesn't. And hopefully this can provide some interesting, entertaining content that you guys can kind of follow along with me, and we can all grow together. But yeah, guys, as always, I really appreciate you coming by. If you're interested, check out my Twitch channel, and I'll see you all next week.